Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brad.
I'm Steve.
So today we're going to try a Azacca SMaSH beer. This is using the Great Western 2-row premium malt.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think I used it all. So there's 2 or 3 beers that used a 5-pound. These are the ones I got on More Beer or whatever.
Okay.
So I think I have 5 pounds. So I think 2 beers. This one and one more. I think it's another one that's coming up today. I used another almost 3 pounds of it. So just a little different. It's still a 2-row. Just it's not a roar or a standard American 2-row, so it might.
But we've seen the differences.
Yeah,
I mean it's amazing because every time I look at a recipe and it's like you need to get Belgian this, and it's like, well, they don't offer Belgian that.
Yeah.
Can I substitute something else? And you can, but maybe there's a slight subtle difference.
Right, and if you've been following us in the gesture with Viking malt, that might be good to use in a wheat beer.
Add a little
because
honey.
It'll add a little sweetness, a little honey, because you're going to use 2-row and probably use some kind of wheat malt. So add a little honey in there, and you might not have to get like a honey malt or something like that. So that might be a good substitute if you go to, like we were talking to Bell's and somehow they're out of something. Something
Seems to be every time I go there.
So this did come in at 6.71%, and Steve was going to give me a trophy because this is about the lowest ABV beer that I've made. Again, this is 1.25 gallons going into the carboy. Azacca, right? Yeah, Azacca. Dual purpose hop, so you can use it for bittering, aroma, whatever you want. Is citrus, fruit, and tropical fruit.
Okay, yeah.
So hopefully it comes out right. This was bottled on 4/27, so a little bit or a couple days over a month old. The bricks was 7, which gave us a 6.71% ABV. Beersmith, obviously 6.2%, because we're trying to keep all these beers the same, but mine never like to listen to anything.
Just breaking all the rules.
Yeah. Yep. So for pre-boil, I was at 1034. Then for post-boil, I was at 1060, which Beersmith wanted 1058.
Close enough.
Yeah. But then the yeast, the 3 grams or less of yeast that I put in there, tore through it and said, I'm going to do what I want, which we all, right now, and I can't believe nobody said anything, that all we're using is USO5.
Yeah.
That's all we've used.
So far. We're trying to keep the variables limited.
Yeah. But we will, what I'm thinking, because I think the hard part is my local homebrew store has Omega yeast, then Bell's now uses Imperial. What I was thinking is since we have stir plates, we could make a starter.
Give you some.
Well, yeah, do 2 different, switch. Then what we could do is put it in mason jars, get it out, a day before, make a starter, pour some in there, because you're not going to use the whole thing.
No, probably
and
not.
Then, put it back and keep doing it. But I don't know how well that would work. I don't know if we're just better off of making a
5 gallon, splitting it up into 5s and doing.
Well, I was almost thinking of just making that starter, making like a 2-liter starter or something, using some, putting it in 1 or 2 mason jars, then taking that one, making a 2-liter starter, using some of it. And then we have a whole bunch, then, maybe we use that for, I make a 5-gallon batch, you make it, that'll get rid of 1, and then we can blow through all these, because for me it's a little easier because I make 2 at a time.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
But I'm just saying we could keep splitting it and keep making bigger ones, then use it on our batches, so because I don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. And especially, I think the
especially
Imperial
$11 or whatever it went up to.
$11.99. So Bell's switched to Imperial yeast, and it's at $11.99. Omega yeast is what my local homebrew store sells, and that's $7.99. So
killing us.
Yeah. Okay. So head, we do have a little carbonation. Yep. Not really anything to talk about. Color.
Still hazy.
Hazy. Like, I'm guessing it's chill haze mostly. I do see some bottles. This would have used one carbonation tab.
I mean, if you look at the bottom of the glass, though, you got a lot of bubbles. Coming off. So.
Yep. Smell. Dank weed.
A little bit.
I was thinking we were going to get a lot more fruity flavor out of it.
Yeah, I'm not getting a ton.
Yeah, a little dank weed, dank bitterness.
Yeah.
That's about it. Okay. Huh. I don't know if I like that at all.
I don't get tropical or any of that flavor at all.
It's almost like a spice. Like heavily spiced. Like a Mount Hood over spiced beer.
Well, yeah, it kind of reminds me of that.
I thought I was gold with using 4 ounces of Mount Hood in a beer.
Nope. You're like, I like this, let's add more.
Yeah, if anything from that Mount Hood experiment, I would almost say 1 ounce is too much. Like, it's way overpowered. Like, you don't even get the malt.
No, not at all. And, you know, I'm thinking back to a good example beer.
Founders,
yeah. Azacca.
Yeah.
And they kind of took that. They actually did a good job. They have 2 beers out, the Mosaic and the Azacca. Yep. So you can, if you're looking for commercial examples before you even try to do this, those are.
And the Mosaic Promise is a SMaSH beer.
Yep.
I don't think the Azacca
I don't know if
I could be wrong.
I have to look.
See, and that's the hard thing. I believe what I do in Beersmith is what I do is when I put the recipe in and then I get the hops, I go back in and change the alpha acids.
Yep, I do the same.
So if that's true, at 57, it should be fine. But to me, it tastes like it's way over hopped.
Yeah, it does. It's
it's not good.
No. And if you looked at the recipe and had to adjust it, I would put more on that back end, even though it's dual purpose.
Right.
Put way more on that back end and very little on the front. Because it's.
But technically, we've done every single SMaSH beer the same. 0.39 at 30 minutes, 0.29 at 5 minutes, 0.32 at dry hop.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, viewers are going to have to understand is that each hop is going to react differently, even though we're using the same standard. So you might take a hop that, like Azacca, is like, even though it says dual purpose,
you might want to take that 30-minute addition out. But I think if you've been following this small batch series, when we first talked about it, we could spend years and years doing just SMaSH beers because we could now go back and take the 30-minute edition out and see what the 5-minute edition and the dry hop did and just see. To me, this hop right now lends itself to 5 minutes or less. And the only reason I'm saying that is because at 30 minutes, if this is what it does, I would never use it at 30 minutes. So if I was going to make this again, I would take out that 30-minute, put it in at 5 with the 0.29. Then I would probably, maybe 2 days into fermentation, do 0.39. Then 2 more days, do 0.32 or something like that because I think it's overhopped.
Well, the good thing, too, though, with this is that we are going to do multiple reviews while it ages.
Yeah.
So I think another advantage, too, of doing this small batch, even if it is overhopped, over time that hop's going to die down, and then we're going to be able to evaluate that malt.
Yep.
And say, hey, this malt ages well, or hey, no, it doesn't. It tastes like honey, which is good, but maybe not as a standalone.
Right. And I think we found that on both sides, where Steve's Maris Otter, that first time you taste it, it was like, it was perfect, but then the next time, it was like, okay, we're not doing this, and now this month we're dreading tasting.
I hope it does this. Right? It started here, came down.
It's almost like a mead.
It's going back up.
But I think with this one, I hope, like Steve was saying, the alpha acids start coming down, some more of that malt comes up, because it is a month old, and usually Beersmith, I don't know about the other programs, say let this beer age 30 days before drinking. But like on my gesture with that Viking malt, I don't know what it was like the first month because I can't remember, but now it's like all that honey malt has came out, the malt has really taken over. So as of right now, beers change month to month, and depending on what malt you use, that changes month to month.
Yeah, which I think is going to lend itself to, hopefully, the experiments we were doing. We can make a beer that says, okay, we're having a lot of people over. I know it's going to be gone soon. I'm making a Maris Otter with this hop.
Yep.
I don't know how well it will go. I'm going to put these in it. And at first, it will still be good, but it will get better with age, and then it will fall off a cliff or something.
Yeah, if you have a little bit more time before the party, then, do it this way. So, I think this is good. Again, I think this Great Western malt is used in one more beer. Okay. So we'll be able to see if it's that malt or if it's the hop time that's put in. So we'll be able to keep track. And
it's hard to evaluate the malt right now.
Yeah, even at a month old, which you think it would be good.
Yeah,
but obviously not. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, I'm Brad.
I'm Steve.
Happy brewing.
See you next time.